the funny thing nowadays is most women should slap their mother and slap their father because their parents did them a disservice. You
Mm.
see, the women today, their mothers got pregnant at 18, or let me correct it, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's when their
Yeah,
mothers were getting pregnant.
yeah, yeah.
And now they've told their daughters that, oh, you should get a career. And I meet a lot of women that are delusional
Yeah.
and they say, oh, I'm not a career woman. It's like, but you're in your late 20s and you have no man, but you do have a career.
Yes.
So you're more a career woman than a piece of wife material.
Yes.
Because if you were wife material, you would have already gotten that done as a priority. So,
Priority. Thank you.
yeah,
And it's like they have no shame as well. Like they don't even know they should be ashamed anymore. Like you're 28 as a girl, as a woman, and you have no husband, no kids, no boyfriend even. You have a job. Like,
right.
don't you see how messed up you are already? But you don't seem to understand that, you know? And like, no, I'm crazy for judging you, you know? But no, but guys are judging you. They're just not saying it. They're so weak. They're not telling you the truth. Like we're all judging you that you failed, you know? 27, 29, whatever.
They won't
30.
accept that they failed. And they even listen to other women who are failures. There's someone named Dr. Brian. It's an unattractive 42-year-old black female who's actually a lesbian giving
Oh,
advice to heterosexual
I think
people.
I saw you with her once under some pod or something. It's just like really
I haven't been
crazy.
on a podcast with her. If I do get on, it'll probably be the end of her career because
Okay, this is
yeah,
another one.
yeah, it will be the end of her career because it's very strange that you're a female therapist. When's the last time you met a female who was sane in general,
Yeah,
right?
haven't, I
Right?
can't think
Yeah.
of it. Yeah,
So
right.
you have the mental patients giving advice to the other mental patients. That's number one.
Yes.
Then you have a woman who has no husband
Yeah.
giving advice to women seeking a husband. Then you have a
Yeah.
woman who's a homosexual giving advice to people who are heterosexual. You have a woman who's
Wow.
old and past her prime and can't like ever complete a family
Yeah.
giving advice to people who want to have kids and have families.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that females are not great decision makers in general, and in the context of the global culture, they're
Mm.
encouraged down the wrong path. Even the Muslims who are supposed to get married early,
Yeah.
they send their daughter to become a doctor. That's so stupid,
I
right?
never got those. I never understood why would you tell your daughter to focus on and like be a doctor, go to school, be a lawyer, you know? Like this is like backwards. This is not even important for her, you know? Like find her a good husband when she's 18, you know? That's what I would
Yes.
focus on, you know? Not like, oh, you gotta study, you gotta invest in your education so you can for what, you know? You're gonna be a mom anyway. So you know
Right? No, I
you
agree.
know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
if they went to a good primary school and a good high school, they really have all the skills that they need. And they're going to have a rude awakening. The funny thing is, most of them won't have any children at all.
Mm, yeah.
And maybe they'll have one or two children, but it'll be inferior offspring because they're older and they're not going to yield a healthy stock. So
Yeah.
they're going to learn the hard way. But the most important thing is that they're not going to be happy because these women were waiting all this time thinking that they're going to find the perfect guy
That
because they're consumed with fantasy. They want not a good guy,
yeah.
not an honest man,
Yeah.
not a strong man, but a perfect man. He's
Yeah.
handsome. You know what? There's this show called Bridgerton, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's this black guy. He's slim and ripped and fit and good looking, perfect
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
But what they don't realize is that he's actually more woman than man. He's more woman than man.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because he's pretty like a woman.
Oh yeah.
He gets dressed
That's
up in these fancy clothes like a woman,
get your point.
and he has a
Yeah.
woman's emotions and thinking.
Yeah.
And women look for fantasy guys. They don't even want real life guys. Like the guy in this show I'm describing is funny because he's just filthy rich,
Okay.
but he never works. And that's what women want. They want a guy who's filthy rich, can take them everywhere, spend an infinite amount of money, but
Yeah.
has an infinite amount of attention and time because he doesn't have to work,
Yeah.
which means it doesn't exist.
Even that, if you give them too much attention, I've noticed they also get turned off because now it's like, why are you sitting here with me all the day? You know, I'm not that important, really. She
They're
think, or
not.
it's like, so it's like, why you must be low value for spending time with me? You know, it's like, come on, man. Like, what? I can't even win at this. You know, I should work and not be here, and also I should be here. But then you lose respect for me when I'm here. So it's like, I don't know what's the game here, but
Well, that's why say
you
that
know?
3 sentence Bible. Number one, be yourself. Number two, be good to yourself. Number three, be good to good people. So number one, be yourself. Would you say be a man? If you're
Yeah.
really a man, I love the company of women. Like my
Mm.
home right now has several women in it right now as we speak. I love the company of women, but I'm
Yeah.
not among them. They're there having conversation, doing what women do, and
Mm.
I'm here
Mm.
working. I appreciate them coming in, serving as appropriate to enable me to work more comfortably.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I would like to do as a man, but what I never do
Mm.
is cross over too far into their sphere, which is to say, we're gonna cuddle
No,
and watch
no,
movies
no.
and do that for hours on end, or we're gonna share our feelings and I don't even
No.
have any feelings, shorty. Like, nah, like I'm gonna be a man and you're gonna be a woman. If you want to talk about feelings, we're gonna talk about your feelings because I don't have any.
True.
And then there's the weirdos, mostly white liberal women, and they're like,
Mm.
you like it's okay, like mental health is a real thing. No, mental health is a real thing for
Yeah.
you because you have a menstruation and you have a biology that makes you go wacky in the head.
So
I
true.
don't have that. The men who feel all those emotions, those are men who are weak. And that's why a part of my work is raising up strength in males and telling them to be yourself as a man. So what I mean is when you say, well, when you're around her, giving her a lot of attention, you know,
Mm.
they tend to like not like that. But here's the thing, when you're really a man, you
Mm.
don't want to be around them that much. You know,
Yes.
there's you want to be around them to enjoy, get some
Yeah.
affection, get some physical
Yeah.
satisfaction,
Yeah.
love on them, you know, let them give you a good massage and all these good things. But
Yeah.
beyond that, you're not going to be there like discussing the same topics they like to talk about or
No.
the
No. No.
TV
No. No.
shows, right?
Yeah.
And so you want to be alone enough time, or you want to be among other men who are your
Yeah.
peers. And like,
Yes.
for example, a young lady says, oh, let's exercise together. I was like, are you insane? I'm not
Mm.
going to exercise with you. Like, number one,
That's
you
beta.
run too slowly. Yeah, you run
Yeah.
slow. I'm going to run at your pace?
No.
Absolutely not. Number two, are you going to hold the mitts while I'm like throwing hands for a boxing workout? No, absolutely not. And
Yeah.
number three, I don't want to see you with that sweaty patch going down your butt crack on your leggings. Like, that's disgusting. Absolutely not do I want to see you sweating and musty.
Yeah.
That's vile. Are you insane? What kind of man works out with a woman? Like, knock it
I,
off. I don't
I
even like to
also
use the same bathroom as a woman.
it's true. It's true. You know, I always thought about that. Like, what kind of dudes like he goes to like whatever he does it with his girl all the time. Like, I don't get that kind of guy. I don't. That can never be me. You know, like he goes to the gym, they work out together, he and his girlfriend. Okay, they go to the park together, they go to the grocery store together. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like all the time, I'm seeing you with the girl, with this girl. Like, is it like? Is something wrong for me that I could never do that, you know?
Well, it's your
I
fault.
just don't see the point.
This. Here's the crazy
Yeah.
thing. Because women are whacked in the head and they're very narcissistic, they don't seek men, they seek women. So they think they're heterosexual, but they're seeking a feminine personality in the man. And that's
Yeah.
why you'll hear women say, "Oh, I want my man to be my best friend." And I'm like, "What? Best
Yeah.
friend? Like what do you we're not gonna like
Yeah.
paint each other's toenails. Like that's what your best friend's gonna do. Like we're not about to like fix each other's hair. Like knock it off, shorty. I'm not your
Yeah.
best friend at all. And there's a number of things that I do
Uh-huh.
strictly to maintain our relations, but I don't. And that's because you have a vagina. Like if you didn't have a vagina, like low key, you'd be
It's
out of
nothing.
luck. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we probably wouldn't even be talking at all.
At
It's
all. Yeah.
it's my biology that requires that I deal with you, shorty. Like most of
Yeah.
the things you want to do, I don't want to do at all. Like you want to go bird, like women love activities. You hear me? When I travel around the world, like I don't want to do a ton of activities. They're like, oh my God, we can go bird watching. They have jet skis. We can jet ski. Like they want to do everything. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
like do that with your mom, with your girlfriend. Like I'm not your best friend because mostly when they're talking, it's like their stories have no point. There's no
Yes,
plot, no
that's another thing.
punchline. It's a long story. They forget what they're talking about halfway through, start on another story. It's like, I'm not your best friend. Like, I'm just the guy
Yeah.
right here piping you down, hoping
Yeah.
you don't talk too much and cause too many problems. You heard
Yeah.
me? That's
Yeah.
just me.
Keeping it real. That's what it's about, you know. Like, and then you have women that like in this part of the world, like I'm in Sweden. I told you, like girls will be like, "You how dare you talk about women in this kind of way?" Like I'm so sad that to hear that men talk about women this kind of way, this so disrespectful and this and that. Is all that all we're good for or what? Like you know, JJ or something.
Some of
Like
them ain't even good for that
yeah,
because it'd be like hella spacious and loose. I'm like, yo, like, how did this get so big? What have you been doing? They're
Yeah.
putting people like letting people put their whole arm in that thing. They're not even good for that half the time. I'm like, yo, like, what is this?
And even just to get the vajayjay, there is too much problems. It's too much like extra headache, to deal with. So it's not even worth it for some of them as well. Like like I'd rather get it peacefully than getting it with a lot of other stress factors on top of that.
I
So
agree. And the funny thing is that women who want guys who are the most desired, they use the same game plan on everyone. The same game plan, which
that's
is
also stupid, but they
right.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is a guy, he can get other girls, so don't mess up with this guy. You know what I mean? Don't play games like you try to qualify yourself to him and blah blah blah. Like this guy can get other girls, so don't play the game with him. Play with some other dude who's like, like bottom, scraps or something. Who's not that
Their
qualified.
psychology is very twisted. I often remind people that if they want to stay with you, they have to play with you, right? So if a
Right.
woman thinks that you're a 10, she's not gonna let you smash. Because if she like really is obsessed with
Thank
you, she cares about what you think about her. She wants you to view her as like not a slore. She
they
wants you to
punish.
think she has morals.
Yeah.
So if you meet her and go hang out 2 day first night, you're not gonna smash. Maybe the second night, maybe, but she's gonna try to act like she's a good girl, a good person. But what she doesn't realize is, look, to me, there's only two categories. It's like virgin and not virgin.
Thank you.
Those are the only
Man, you're talking
categories.
my language right now. Yes.
Virgin, not
If you're
virgin.
not a virgin, it doesn't matter. Like
At all. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like don't play games. And the worst part about it is I have a very simple logic that I tell them. I say, am I the best guy you've ever dealt with? They say yes. Okay, great. Well, I expect more than anyone you've ever
Well,
been
I'm
with.
gonna start using that.
I
That's
expect
good.
more. So I expect it sooner. I expect it at higher quality. The
Yeah.
virginity is gone. So don't play with me and act like you're giving me something of value. You've already given it to other men who have no value.
Now you're
You've already
talking.
had one night stands.
Yes.
So don't play games with me because your body literally has no value in as much as I could pay to have intercourse if I chose, which I would never do in
Yeah.
life. I
Yeah.
could have intercourse with another woman. You giving your body is an offering to maintain your
To
opportunity
be
to
around.
get to know me
Thank
and for me to take care of you. You're applying to a job with me. I'm the boss, and this is
Yeah.
how it's going to be.
Yes. I'm gonna start using that line because what you just said. They do punish you when they see that you're like some kind of guy they think is better than what they dealt with before. They're like,
Crazy.
okay, I'm gonna be hard to get now. I'm gonna pretend like I'm not gonna give it up that easy. And then another guy, loser guy, he gets it straight away because there's no future anyway. This guy's not good, so I might as well enjoy the ride. That's how. So it's like they really do punish you. And I'm gonna start saying that line. That's a really good tips.
It's the
Like
facts, man. It's the facts. And the worst thing about it is ambitious men, no matter what you're successful at, if you're a successful NASCAR driver, you're a successful real estate agent, you're a successful attorney,
yeah,
a successful entrepreneur,
yeah,
we think faster and we move faster. That's how we've achieved and outpaced other men.
true.
We make decisions faster. We look at data and understand it more clearly. So if I meet a woman, I can assess who she is and her potential, and I'll let her know straight away, like, look, like you have a real opportunity here. And if I only want to smash, I won't even deal with her because I could smash anyone.
Yeah,
So I only want to smash the women that I might be interested in.
for
So if
something.
if she's only worth smashing, I'm like, get out of here. I don't have time. I don't have time for you. But
True.
what they don't understand is that they try to overvalue something that actually has no value.
Thank you.
Because out of 10 men, one of them is a boss, right? But
Yeah.
when you're walking down the street as a woman, you encounter the 10 men. So you deal with 9 of these nerds who are after you, they're complimenting you, they're really impressed with you. I'm not impressed at all.
Right.
You have to prove yourself to me. The vagina is a basic entrance. That's like an entrance fee. You heard me? That's like getting you into college, but it doesn't give you a college degree. You got to earn that. You
Yeah.
heard me? Like, and
Yeah.
it's really annoying, but they're so mentally ill, and
So mentally
especially
ill. Yes. They don't get that part. Like,
no,
and
no, they
for the funny thing about mental illness, what I'm realizing too is like they think they're so narcissistic, like crazy narcissists that they think that having like sex with you, they're doing you the favor. Like
That's
after a while,
crazy.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
bro,
Yeah, they
not
do.
even thinking it's equal.
They
Like
do.
both of us are enjoying it.
Right.
No, it's like they're doing me the woman is doing
That's
me a
how they
favor.
feel.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
that's how
like,
they
how
feel.
can you think that? You know, like you know what I mean? And so like basically, like you're overvaluing yourself so much that you think that like we're not even just sharing together, but you're
They're giving you
more
something.
valuable. Yeah, you're giving me something.
They think they're
I'm
giving you
benefiting
something.
from you.
Yeah. No, it's
Sometimes when I think about that, like I'm like, how can you ever think that? You know, like you know that
well,
it
I'll tell
really
you
disturbs.
why. The
Yeah.
problem is that there's a nerd out there who they don't get vagina often and they don't have many options for vagina. So they get a little piece of pie and then they start spending all their money on the girl and doing ridiculous things.
Mhm.
And that messes up the game for everybody. And also, we need to fix the laws because a lot of these women are completely and utterly out of control. And a lot of these guys are weak. Like the guys, they annoy me the most because number one, you have men on the internet that listen to women, like female
Yes.
dating
Oh,
coach, like
yeah.
female YouTubers. I'm like,
Yes.
you're not a man.
Yeah.
You're not a man if you're listening to that garbage. You're a
Thank you.
complete fool.
Yes.
You're learning how
I'm
to be a
shocked.
man from a woman. Stop it.
Like when I see Instagram posts of some girl talking and it has like 100,000 likes, I'm like, this shouldn't even happen. You know, like who's listening to this? You know, like if guys are listening to this because she's a little bit cute or something, and giving her this much attention, this much imagine her ego after this. This is how they become
Yeah.
narcissists. This is how they become like, I'm doing you a favor for just talking to you. Like, no, you're not. But you know, they never get told that truth. So it's like they walk around thinking it that's yeah. Just talking to you as a guy, she's doing you a favor. Like, what kind of world now are we in now? Like, this is crazy. And you have no husband, and you have no, and you're not a virgin. So
At
like
all. So far
yeah, so
from
it's
it.
like you have nothing to offer, but you think
Nothing.
that you're too good to talk to me, you know? This is
Nothing.
crazy.
It is crazy.
This is how we're living now.